Assalamu alaikum. So it's just kind of late summer around here, and this is what we are up to. I bought some blueberry plants I'm really excited about. I got these for $15 a piece. Normally, well, last year this size plant was going for $30. So these are powder blue blueberries company. I'm not sure exactly what type of blueberry it is, unless powder blue is the type. I don't think it is. I think that's just the nursery or whatever. Okay, here's a tag here. This one is says powder blue. It seems like every year they come up with another kind of blueberry that you never heard of. But anyways, I'm gonna plant these, and of my blueberry patch this year, I think there was 3 of them that died. So I'll replace the 3 and use the 2 extra to start a new row. Other projects that are going on is over here. I am building a summer kitchen, just because it gets so hot in the summer to cook in the houses. Just because it's really hot in August and July when you cook in the house. And and it's already being up in the 2nd story. It gets hot. It's got a steel roof on it, and so it's better to have another area like this. We have already a smoker out here, which we use frequently, but I thought also for canning it would be nice to have the extra space. So this is what I've got done so far with just random scrap lumber that I've collected here and there. Some of it is not long enough, and I've just had to do a lot of patches, but I haven't bought a single board. Or the windows I got all free as well, and I just have a big pile of them stashed behind the barn where if I need them I can dig through and find something. My idea was to have these 2 slide in and then put a screen up so it'll be, it got good airflow, and also all these windows here open up, and I'd probably put a window here above this smoker, and we'd have to put a chimney up through the roof and make a new flue system for it to regulate it. And also I'd like to put a wood cook stove maybe on this wall with a chimney going out, and maybe a kerosene burner. Put a couple screen doors on each end there and there. And anyways, that is one of the mini projects I'm trying to knock out real quick before it gets too cold. So welcome to the blueberry patch. I'm a little bit embarrassed because it needs to be mowed again, and I have been really busy. Last week we put up around 700 bales of hay. I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to keep up with the mowing. But there's 40 bushes in here. They're kind of all marked by the little stakes there. Some of them you can't see because of the grass. I planted them 3 years ago when they were just small. It takes blueberries quite a while to mature, get, you know, real big. I bought all these plants. I paid $10 a piece for them. Put 40 in here. There's actually a few more than 40 now because I think there's 6 on in each section where all the white is. But every year I lose a couple, especially some of the smaller ones. They don't make it over the winter. So every year I have to replant. And usually I plant 6 or 8 new ones every year. But this year I used some organic fertilizer, and this year I only had to replant 3 out of the, like, I think there's probably maybe 45 now, maybe. So this is the end. This is what's left that hasn't been planted. So there was 3 here, and these were the 3 that I planted last year. They're just tiny yet. This is this one here. And there was 3 of them. This one didn't make it. It was alive in the summer, but it just got too hot, and I didn't water it on time or something, but it's toast. And then there's this one here. This one's still doing pretty good. So what I'm going to do is continue on and put 3 more here, or 2 more rather, because there's 3 total in this whole patch that died over the last year that I'm going to have to replant. There's 1 of them in here somewhere, and trying to see. Down here there's a couple. I think 1 at the far edge there, and then 1 over here in that row that died. So I got 5 plants. They had 7, but out of the 7, 2 of them were kind of starting to die off already. They were still somewhat green. I may go back later and ask them if they would give me a discount on them. But these they had on sale for 15 bucks each. And they're quite big. They're actually older than any of the plants that I've got out here, maybe twice as old. So I think this patch is probably about going on 4 years old. So these are probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old, I'm guessing, because they're quite big compared to what I have planted already. What I ought to do is mow this thing. If I can get to it, I'll mow it tomorrow, and then that way it'll look a little nicer than it does now. But anyways, the story behind the blueberries is that when I was, maybe about 9 years old, my sister and my mom, we went to a blueberry patch over in Greenville, over in the Troy or Amish settlement. It was a family there that had a blueberry patch. They probably had 500 bushes or better, and it was a U-pick. You just go there and you pick, and then when you get done, they weigh what you got and sell them to you for so much. And at that age, I just remember thinking, because every time you went there was, you know, a lot of people there picking and so on. And I used to, as a little kid, at you know, 9 or 10 years old, I thought when I grow up, I want to have a blueberry patch. You know, that'd be a good way to make money and have everybody just come pick, and then all they got to do is pay me, and I wouldn't have to do no work. But I guess that's funny from a little kid's perspective. It seemed like easy, but there's a little more to it than that. But anyways, that's kind of what inspired me to plant blueberries. And for all I know, you know, no one will ever come to pick blueberries, but you know, Allah knows better. Anyways, I just thought I'd share that story with you. And last year, out of this whole patch, I got probably like a big serving, you know, like a party-sized salad bowl full of blueberries, which isn't too bad for how small the plants are. I thought it's better than I ever had before. But just going to keep fertilizing. And one of my friends, he told me I can get some leaves. The city decided to bring him leaves. I tried to get some and they wouldn't. They brought me some once, but they wouldn't bring them to me now. They just said that the road's too bad, and you know, I'm too small of a farmer to be giving all the leaves to. But anyways, a friend of mine, they decided to give him the leaves because they said he's kind of close to their dump site and it would be easier, convenient for them. So he told me I can come get all I want from there. So I think once I put a good layer of leaves down and get some more organic fertilizer, I like Algo Plus. They do a nice organic fertilizer for blueberries. Hopefully it'll take off and it'll be a decent little blueberry patch. Okay, so we have a dead one right here. So I'm going to dig it up. What I did, pretty much same basic principle. I ran a string to make sure that they're all in line. You can see where the tags are because we can barely see the plant. And I put plastic on this far edge because it's so sandy to help keep moisture in. I put white plastic. And then I'm going to put on this edge, just cover leaves is the plan. And that eventually I'd like to cover this whole area so I don't have to mow it. But until then, that's how I'm going to manage it. Well, we got a nice hole. Hopefully it's deep enough. Let's grab this one here. I planted several different types of blueberries in here. Probably about 4 different types. I read up on them that they pollinate better with multiple types. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Pull that out. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In our religion, we're told that it's a great blessing for everyone that plants fruit trees, and that it's a benefit to you after you die. You can still collect rewards and blessings for your deeds from God if you plant a fruit tree, because the people that it benefits. If I could make this a really nice blueberry patch, and then say I should suddenly die 4 or 5 years from now, and other people get it and eat from it, and the benefit would also go to me because I planted the tree and it fed people. So it would be counted to me as a good act, righteous act that I would benefit in the hereafter from doing. So that's really something in our religion we try to take serious, is taking care of the earth and planting fruit trees and food. That's something that's very important to us. And the next one goes, you have to measure the steps on that. Go up there. All right, the next one should be here. I believe they're supposed to be 5 feet apart minimum. Alright, so that one's planted now. Get that one planted, that one, and there's 3 left. I think there's, this one here is dead, and there's 2, one in that first row up front at the end, and one in the last row up front at the end is dead. But it's getting dark, it's almost time for Maghrib, so I'm gonna hurry up and plant those 2, and then inshallah I'm gonna mow this whole blueberry patch tomorrow, and then I'll show you all the plants with everything planted, and you'll actually be able to see the plants better with the grass cut in here. Assalamu alaikum.